and the Executive Diploma Program offered at IIT Bangalore in collaboration with upGrad. Today marks the culmination of months of dedication, perseverance, resilience, and hard work. We are gathered here to celebrate the remarkable achievements of our graduating learners from the executive postgraduate programs in machine learning, artificial intelligence, data science, software development, and the executive postgraduate diploma in data science. On behalf of IIIT Bangalore and upGrad, I extend my heartfelt congratulations to every graduate on reaching this significant milestone. This celebration is even more special as over 2,000 graduates are joining us today, either here on campus or virtually with their families and friends to commemorate this memorable occasion. Before we begin, may I request everyone to kindly take your seats and keep your mobile phones in silent mode throughout the ceremony. IIIT Bangalore is a smoke-free campus, and smoking is strictly prohibited. As a sustainability-focused institution, we discourage the use of single-use plastics. Drinking water is available outside the auditorium. Kindly refrain from drinking food or beverages inside the auditorium. In case of an emergency, please take note of the nearest emergency exit and follow the instructions provided by our volunteers. Thank you for your cooperation. Before we begin, we request everyone to kindly rise for the Vande Mataram song.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives us immense pleasure to welcome our chief guest, Mr. Rajesh Krishnan, Managing Director, Samsung Semiconductor India Research. May I request Mr. Rajesh Krishnan to kindly join us on the stage. It is an honor to introduce our distinguished chief guest to the ceremony. Mr. Rajesh Krishnan oversees Samsung Semiconductor India's operations across the memory, system LSI, and foundry businesses while spearheading global business strategy, technology innovation, and organizational growth. With more than 3 decades of industry experience, he has been instrumental in driving excellence in product development, fostering innovation, and building high-performing engineering teams. Under his leadership, the Bengaluru Center has evolved into a strategic hub for cutting-edge semiconductor research, development, and global innovation. His diverse career spans computer architecture, compiler design, satellite communication systems, telecom infrastructure, mobile devices, and semiconductors. Prior to joining Samsung, he served as a satellite systems engineer at Hughes Network Systems, USA, and was associated with Motorola India, where he contributed to the development of compilers for microcontroller technologies. An accomplished innovator with multiple global patents to his credit, Rajesh has also served on the Executive Council and Board of Directors of the India Electronics and Semiconductor Association from 2016 to 2018. Contributing to the advancement of India's electronics and semiconductor ecosystems. Rajesh holds an MBA from the University of Maryland and a master's degree in computer engineering from the Indian Institute of Technology, Kharagpur. A strong advocate of holistic well-being, he believes that mental and physical well-being are powerful complements to a successful corporate career. Outside of work, he actively pursues yoga, participates in triathlons, and nurtures his passion for music. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in extending a warm welcome to Mr. Rajesh Krishnan. Welcome, sir. It is now my privilege to invite the Director of IIIT Bangalore, Professor Debabrata Das, to grace the stage. Professor Debabrata Das is serving as Director of IIIT Bangalore since 2021. He is Project Officer of the National Mission of Interdisciplinary Cyber Physical Systems of IIIT Comet Foundation at the areas of Advanced Communication Systems from DST, Government of India. He is the Chairman of Digital Public Infrastructure Projects, Executive Committees of MOSIP, OpenG2P, COSS, CDPI, and INJI. He was PI of multiple sponsored projects from Intel, Hewlett-Packard, Microsoft, Motorola Research, Tejas Networks, Nokia, and Government of India in the areas of broadband wireless MEC, QoS, energy saving, and IMS. A distinguished academician and researcher, Professor Das has more than 230 peer-reviewed papers in different transaction journals. He has received 9 Best Paper Awards and has 12 US, Indian patents, and 10 more are under review. He and his wireless network team had contributed ideas to the IEEE wireless broadband standard. He has been honored with numerous prestigious recognitions, the recent one being India Electronics and Semiconductor Association Techno Visionary Award 2026, IIT Kharagpur Distinguished Alumnus Award 2025, and IEEE Bangalore Section Medal of Honor 2025. He is Fellow IETE, Fellow IE, and SMIEEE, and the member of National Academy of Science, India. He was chairman of the IEEE India Council for the year 2023 and 2024. Dr. Das is in steering, empower, and technical committees of multiple departments of the Government of India and Government of Karnataka. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Professor Debabrata Das. Welcome, sir. May I now invite Mr. Ronnie Screwvala, Chairperson and co-founder of upGrad, to kindly join us on the stage. Mr. Ronnie Screwvala is one of India's most accomplished entrepreneurs, investor, philanthropist, and media visionary. As the co-founder and chairperson of upGrad, he has been instrumental in transforming online higher education and lifelong learning for working professionals across the globe. Alongside his entrepreneurial journey, he co-founded the Swadesh Foundation, dedicated to empowering rural India through sustainable development in health, education, water, sanitation, and livelihood. A passionate storyteller, Mr. Screwvala also continues to shape the India's entertainment landscape through RSVP movies and owns professional sports franchises under the U Mumpara brand. Ladies and gentlemen, please extend a warm welcome to Mr. Ronnie Screwvala. Welcome, sir. May I now invite Professor Madhav Rao, Dean Academics, IIIT Bangalore, to kindly join us on the stage. Welcome, sir. I also invite our former Dean Academics and currently Head of Digital Public Infrastructure Division of IIIT-B, Professor Chandrasekhar Ramanathan, to come onto the stage, please. Fondly called as Professor RC, he has contributed immensely to the start of the continuing professional education programs at IIIT-B and has played a very active role in scaling them up to the current level. Welcome, sir. It is my privilege to invite Professor V. Sridhar, Head of Continuing Professional Education, IIIT Bangalore, to join us on the stage. Welcome, sir. May I now invite Commodore S.R. Sridhar, Registrar, IIIT Bangalore, to kindly join us to the stage. Welcome, sir. To mark the auspicious beginning of today's celebration, we shall now proceed with the traditional lighting of the ceremonial lamp, symbolizing knowledge, wisdom, and enlightenment. May I request our chief guest, Mr. Rajesh Krishnan, our distinguished dignitaries, and our esteemed learner representative, Ms. Gauri, to please light the ceremonial lamp.
शरणु सिद्धि विनायका शरणु विद्या प्रदायका शरणु सिद्धि विनायका शरणु विद्या प्रदायका शरणु पार्वती तनय मूर्ति शरणु पार्वती तनय मूर्ति शरणु मूषिका वाहना शरणु मूषिका वाहना शरणु सिद्धि विनायका शरणु विद्या प्रदायका कुक्षिमः लंबोधराने कुक्षिमः लंबोधराने इक्षुचापन गेलिदने इक्षुचापन गेलिदने पक्षिवाहन
Thank you. May I now request Professor Debabrata Das, Director, IIIT Bangalore, to deliver the welcome address.
Good morning to all. It is my great pleasure to welcome you all to this green campus of IIIT Bangalore. I hereby extend my warm welcome to the chief guest of the event, Mr. Rajesh Krishnan, the Managing Director of Samsung Semiconductor India Research, who we always in shortly call SSIR. And I'm really grateful to this great innovator and the well-wisher of all of us to find out this time to grace this occasion. Thank you, Mr. Rajesh, for being here. It is indeed our pleasure to have you with us with a very important event of today. I also welcome Mr. Anish Kruwala, co-founder and chairman of the upGrad and a visionary in various fields which is well known to all of us. Thank you, sir, for coming and for your guidance, and which the students are eagerly waiting to this. My esteemed colleague, Professor Madhav Rao, Dean Academics of IIIT Bangalore, and Professor R. Chandrasekhar, Head of Digital Public Infrastructure Division and former Dean of Academics of IIIT Bangalore, Professor V. Sridhar, the Head of our Continuing Professional Education, and also the Commodore S.R. Sridhar, the Registrar of IIIT Bangalore, and also CFO, CAO, and all the faculty members and the delegates sitting off the dais and on the dais, and also the dear graduates here in auditorium and those attending online across the country, and respected parents and the family members of the graduating students, and also IIIT Bangalore faculty, staff, and upGrad team. First of all, hearty congratulations to 2,462 graduating students today. And also the congratulations to their parents, family members too, who are supported for this. We started our continuing professional education program, which we call as CPE, Journey in partnership with upGrad in October 2015. When we launched our first cohort of data science program, May 2016, this year marks the 11th anniversary of a very productive and fruitful collaboration between upGrad and IIIT Bangalore. We thank Mr. Anish Kruwala and his team, the founders of the upGrad, and for their foresight in partnering with IIIT Bangalore at a very early stage of online education evolution in this country. Subsequently, we expanded our offerings with the start of first cohort in software development and machine learning and artificial intelligence on 21st December 2017 and 22nd January 2018, respectively. You can imagine how forward we are. 2018, we started AI/ML kind of training program along with the data science. And realizing the future will be encompassed by AI/ML. Our flagship programs that was started in 8 years back is one of the best offering to upskill working professional like you. In tune with the latest development in large language models and generative AI, we continue to revise and upgrade the curriculum in your programs to suit the needs of the industry. This journey so far has benefited, who is now the alumni of this program, is 33,000 plus learners who have been able to upskill and attain knowledge in these emerging technology areas and have been able to successfully migrate to the newer roles in their organizations. Some of them have gone on to pursue their master's and PhD programs also at premier institutes and universities here in India and abroad. Today, we will graduate 2,462 across all our programs. Our relationship with upGrad for the past decade has been outstanding with a strong understanding to deliver quality education. We are able to widen our research and reach in joining our country's mission to attain leadership in improving skills of our knowledge workers in critical digital technologies with excellent collaboration with upGrad. As a country, we have shown stellar leadership in information technology and also outsourcing, and also host to a large number of global capacity centers, GCC, nurturing 118 unicorn startups. And you will be very happy to know out of these 118, including upGrad is one of them. And introducing the breakthrough innovation and digital foundational identities, digital payment systems, all these areas is pioneer in this startup domain also. All of you have gained an extensive exposure, knowledge and skills in emerging digital technologies that are going to define our future in decades to come, and ranging from state-of-art AI algorithms to complex data analysis and innovative software products development by these programs. You have a very important role to play in shaping the future of our country and society in your workplace and in future. You embarked on this journey a year back, knowing fully well the time and effort commitment needed for this completion of these intense programs. Your respective organization and your family have supported you in this journey all the way. Finally, your hard work has started bearing fruit, and I am sure that you will march ahead with success in your professional career and contribute to the growth of digital economy of India. It is my honor to congratulate all the faculty of IIIT Bangalore and the upGrad team who have contributed to these programs and have taken time off their personal and professional commitments to conduct sessions during the weekends and also the evenings and also the working days. You might have seen and heard some of our best faculty in video lessons, including Professor R. Chandrasekhar, who is here, Professor Dinesh Jogopi, Professor Prem Singh, Professor Raghavan, Professor Raghuram, Dr. Ramesh Kastur, and Professor Sushri Sangita, Professor Uttam, Professor Vishwanath, Mr. Vivek, and many others who have come from the industry and academia and from IIIT-B taught you. Some of them are here whom you can meet after the event, and they are also eagerly looking forward to meet you all. My sincere thanks to upGrad team and the buddies and tutors who helped you on the day-to-day basis and mentoring you all while you are encountered some challenges along with the way and advising you on the course corrections. My heartfelt thanks to the faculty members and also the upGrad buddies for helping you over the years. All the experts of the subject matters from the industry also who imparted their practical knowledge and skills to make these programs as relevant as they can be in your jobs. I also want to appreciate the staff of Continuing Professional Education Office of IIIT Bangalore who have managed such a large cohort of learners and making sure that you are here today along with the help of upGrad team. It is this collective and collaborative effort that has brought IIIT Bangalore and upGrad to this leading position in the continuing professional education space, and as always, we will strive our best to meet our ever-changing goalpost due to the fast changing of the technology to provide superior career-focused quality education in cutting-edge digital technologies and the years to come and also in decades to come in future. I wish you all the best for your career. Have a wonderful time today in this occasion, and Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir, for your inspiring and insightful address. May I now invite Mr. Ronnie Screwvala, Chairperson and co-founder of upGrad, to address the graduating class.
Professor Rajesh, esteemed faculty at IIIT-B, my colleagues at upGrad, but most of all, the 2,500 of you all in some form or the other graduating today. Many of you all are here with us live, but many more of you all are listening to us digitally, either live or delayed. Just sitting here and observing everyone, it's also a good time for everyone to respect, because I see the diverse age group here of our participants. Some of you all are 25, some of you all are 35, some of you all are 45. And as we all keep saying, age is a number. But if you were to reflect 5 or 7 years back, when you would have graduated in some form or the other in the first, if you were actually going to be sitting here again and being part of another graduation ceremony, I think you would not have actually seen this day. And I think this moment I can only project for the next 5 years and 10 years, that in a sense you've made an incredible amount of commitment to really lifelong learning. And I think that in itself is a huge commitment from your point of view. And I think if you reflect that, take a step forward to see what the next 5 years and the 10 years reflect on you for your learning journey. Only at a graduation ceremony, all of us feel we're at the cusp of very interesting times. Normally, everyone out here stands at the podium and says, all the opportunities are in front of you. But I think we all have a much more balanced view of life and of the world today, thanks to some of our world leaders and thanks to the way the entire world is going. And I think that balance and that realism is going to be very important as we step out from here. We're already in the real world. All of you are in jobs, all of you are doing. But I think to reflect and keep in mind the essence and the urgency and the importance of constantly maintaining a balance and a sense of realism is going to get us to the next level. Today, yes, I think India offers incredible opportunities, but I think for all of us, there is that 20% of us that are constantly intimidated by what the future holds, how geopolitics is going to change things, and then the entire tsunami of technology, innovation, rapid change, right now under the nomenclature of AI and artificial intelligence. And I've seen many of those cycles, so I can say right now with a little sense of liberty in that context. But I think if we maintain that balance and that sense of reality, all I can say is, firstly, I think you're extremely fortunate because in many ways you have future-proofed yourself with this 2-year commitment that you have taken. I sat with about 10 of you all just now, and it was very intuitive. If I were to put down 3 or 4 words that summarized why each of you all in some form or the other took this course, for a lot of you, it was credibility. For a lot of you, I think it took your self-confidence to the next level. For a lot of you, it could be a transition into what you want to do. But I would say for most of you, it's how we're going to stay relevant. And I think that is the balance and that is the realism with which we'll have to approach our careers as we go forward. I come from a lower middle class background. I've been a first generation entrepreneur. So like all of you all, I can proudly say my life has only been full of challenges with more failures than successes. But that actually puts us in the best position of where we want to do. And as I reflect with almost all of your people and the aspirations and ambitions you carry and the commitment that you have made over the last 2 years to balance personal life, work life with this responsibility to upgrade yourself, you've already made and you've already gone to that next level of commitment to what you want to do. And all I can say is, for each of us, the grass is never greener on the other side. We have to make our own grass green. And what I saw and reflected with the people that were sitting there with me and I was having that conversation is the very single act of a huge level of self-confidence that each of you all carry. And I can only tell you that's going to be your strongest reservoir for whatever you've done. Whatever you imbibe from this course, whatever you will imbibe from everything else. Staying relevant is going to be the most important one. Doesn't make a difference what age you are at. And I think that is something you'll have to do. One of the things that actually came out, and I know each of you all, I asked a question that when, during the course of these last 2 years, did you actually feel that what you were imbibing and learning on a weekly basis, you could actually put forward in your office environment, your work environment, your professional environment? And I think the general sense to be that within the 2 years, within the first 6 months, you were already being able to reflect and augment your personal and professional life. And I think that's another part of the treadmill of what we want to do. That's the beauty that we have been able to do, because it's not that you have culminated your knowledge for 1.5 to 2 years to come to this. Most of you all have already started putting it into your actual day-to-day life. So, with the motto of let's make our own grass greener, I wish you all the very best. There is incredible opportunities out here. This city itself in Bangalore, and I know many of you all are here right now, but many of you all from outside. If you look at what is happening in modern day age today, the number of people, entrepreneurs, companies, and I think for all of you all, the aspiration is to look at jobs. But I would urge you to look at the frontier companies and the frontier technologies that are also coming in here. This is the city where I have looked at founders, teams, technologists, and people in deep technology, in space, in robotics, in drones, and many others. It's all happening here in India. And that's the realism, that's the opportunity, that's what you all have tanked up for. So I wish you all the very best, and really the best is yet to come. Thank you and congratulations.
Thank you, sir, for your inspiring words and encouragement. May I now request our chief guest, Mr. Rajesh Krishnan, Managing Director, Samsung Semiconductor India Research, to address the gathering.
Good morning, everybody. Can you hear me at the back? Okay, cool. Good morning, all. It's a great pleasure to be at IIIT Bangalore for this special occasion. And even more honored to be on the dais in the presence of, I think, Dr. Das, Director IIIT-B, Mr. Ronnie Screwvala, entrepreneur par excellence, Professor Sridhar, Head of Continuing Education, and Commodore Sridhar, the Registrar, Professor Madhav Rao, Professor Chandrasekhar. It's a real pleasure. Thank you. And of course, all the faculty members here and the real stars of today's show, I think all of you who actually made it through a year of studying. So congratulations to all of you for coming out of this. Today, I just want to start with a small story. I think we know this frog very well, right? The one which jumped into a kettle with water, which was kept on the stove and the temperature kept rising. We've been told the frog never jumped out to save its life because it took energy. It had to do something different. But why am I saying this example? Because the world today doesn't announce that things are changing. Take some action now. I think the world is changing very rapidly around us. So I think it's very important to understand that technology is evolving quietly, quickly, fastly. New skills are emerging. Expectations from our jobs are changing on a regular basis. And industries are also transforming because of technology, be it banking and so on, right? And the smartest person, I feel, is not the one who knows everything. I think the smartest one is who knows that They need to learn something new in the changing ecosystem and to keep themselves more relevant. I think we kept hearing the word be relevant more and more. I think there's nothing more important than that to stay relevant. And I think each of you actually made that choice, the smart choice, the difficult choice. You could have said, I have a degree, I have a job, I'm already doing fine, stayed there. But I think you took that extra step saying the world is changing and I want to learn something new and I should change with it. So that decision to pause, learn, upgrad, not just upgrade maybe, and invest in yourself is worthy of commendation. So congratulations again to each and every one of you. I think we heard from Dr. Das for the past 11 years. I think IIIT-B has been working together with upGrad. There are almost 2,500 graduates here. I think what makes it special is you didn't choose the easy path. You chose to learn while working, while having careers, families, deadlines, and everything life throws at us. Right? So it's not easy. And I think you also picked seemingly difficult topics, data science, ML, AI. I think, frankly, these are places where by the time we fix the syllabus and figure out what to do, things have already changed. Right? So things are really moving at a very rapid pace. And I can relate to the effort required when you're working and doing studies at the same time. I remember when I got my admission into the MBA program at Maryland, I had a choice either to go full-time or part-time. I wanted to stay in the tech field, and my employer said, yes, that's a good idea, please stay back. So I chose to do that. And so I was working full-time and studying as well. And my wife also decided if you can do it, I can do it too. So she also joined for a master's. So here we were, two of us, working a full-time job and studying part-time. And you have to take care of the house, cooking, cleaning, etc. I think I learned some new skills. Better cook now than before. I think I used to be afraid of the mixie and the pressure cooker, not anymore. Right? So I think we learned a lot. But I think more importantly, it taught me time management. In addition to studies, I remember I was going through an especially tough month at work, deadlines, things are not working, and you got to roll things out of the door. And I went and spoke to my boss. I said, this is just getting too much. And he knew I was studying as well. So he knew that office itself was taking all my time and I had to study. And then he actually looked at me and said, Rajesh, spend 50% time on this, 50% time on this, and 50% time on this. And then he just walked away, right? I think the message was very clear. He basically told me, don't expect any concessions, right? Nothing is going to change just because you find it difficult or you want to study, right? Find a way, learn to deal with it, right? And I think it was very difficult for me then, but I think that light bulb is still sort of keeps flickering on and off in my head, that you need to know how to manage your time. And I suspect many of you here have had a good experience of how to manage time better with everything that goes around you. So I think in addition to technology, I think you've learned some life skills, how to manage time and people, etc. And I think you've been learning AI for the most part. Software development is also about AI now. I think we were talking about Bangalore being an amazing city, but I think the only thing that is growing faster than the Bangalore traffic and the real estate prices is actually AI, right? I think it is actually transforming so fast. We are really struggling to keep up with it, even at workplace. Things are changing constantly. It's not in the research lab waiting for somebody to take it out and do something, right? It's already changing how we do work at home, at office. I think it's changing the manufacturing industry. It's changing the IT industry, banking, software, you name it, right? So I think there are a lot of questions about how AI will change the world. I think the most common one is, will AI take my job away? But I think the more important, the more appropriate question in my mind is, how can I become a better person? How can I have a better outcome? How can I increase the value of my work by using AI as my tool? I think new technology is not new. I think we've gone from the digital age to mechanization and so on. I think every time it's helped humanity. It has not changed, right? So we used to write code in assembly and machine, and then when compilers came, they didn't lose their jobs. We just used compilers and stuff and became better at what we do. So I think the most important thing is that we leverage it and use it as a tool. I think it's here to help us, not to compete with us. That's my view. And talking of AI, I'm actually transported back to my college days, mid-90s. You might be surprised, one of the electives I took was AI and neural networks. Right? So it's not a new thing. It's couple of decades old concept. And I remember Prof and I discussed and said, okay, let's do natural language processing. And so we did some projects. We tried to record video or text and see how it would understand. I think we failed spectacularly, miserably. Nothing worked. And then we were worrying what to do. So I landed up writing a paper which talked about everything that can go wrong in AI implementation. And that's the only thing I did. Like everything I tried failed. So I landed up writing a paper and we got an award for that because everybody said what to do. And we were the only ones saying what you should not do. Right? So AI teaches a lot of things. And I think you learn a lot from failure as well. I think Ronnie said, every failure teaches how you bounce back much better. Right? And I think one of the key things those days was that we were limited by infrastructure. I think AI was a well understood concept, not very practical. I think the common joke then was if you run a simulation or an algorithm to predict tomorrow's weather, you will get the answer after a week. Right? So you wouldn't know what happened, but you can cross-check if your algorithm works. Right? And I think the main reason was that our compute infrastructures were not up to the mark. And we were running with kilohertz CPUs. Now we have multi-core servers running in gigahertz. Right? So I think we have come a long way. And what has made AI a little bit more practical is the AI infrastructure has scaled up. And the amount of data along with models I think it's a perfect storm. Data, models, and the infrastructure have come together to make it more practical. Right? And I work at Samsung Semiconductors to be precise, and I think we're at a very vantage position to see how the whole thing is growing. I think behind every AI application there's a huge AI infrastructure, be it hardware or software, and AI needs enormous computing power. I think today we are talking about an AI center which might require its own small nuclear fuel power station. Right? So that's the amount of power it requires now. And it needs enormous computing power, advanced chips, and these chips require extraordinary engineering as well. Right? And if you look back at history, we have journeyed through a lot of transitions. I think we went through the PC era, where it was in a big room and then everybody got one at home. We've gone through the mobile revolution, right? And I think India skipped the PC revolution. I think we caught on to the mobile and digital revolution. Most things happen on phone here. And then we moved to data centers and social media. A lot of what we do, I think, run on data centers. I think the next transformation is probably going to make them feel really small. It's what AI can do for us, right? And this is the era of AI, giant AI factories. So we stopped calling them data centers. We call them AI factories. If you see many of the keynotes being spoken about and actual work happening, it's all about building new AI factories, which are going to crunch all the stuff that we require. And the AI revolution has two fundamental pillars. One is the compute aspect and one is the memory. I'm giving you this perspective from semiconductor, because we are from semiconductors, so maybe a little bit of a different view of how to look at semiconductors is what I wanted to share. And the AI revolution may look huge, enormous from the outside, giant centers, massive computing, power, etc. But its foundation is actually something really small. It's actually SoCs and chips that actually power many of this. Right? If you look at a 2 nanometer technology node, that's what is probably happening now. You can look, so I think we've all learned in college that your chips have transistors. 2 nanometer, a good way to look at it is that's a distance between two transistors. The lesser the distance, the more you can pack, the more you can get out of one wafer, more chips from one wafer. So the 2 to 1, you're probably going to get a double the number of, in terms of benefit, in terms of chips that you get out. And I think it's difficult to understand what it takes. 2 nanometer is roughly take a strand of your hair and you cut it into 40,000 pieces. Right? So on one side, we're talking about giant data centers, huge factories, nuclear powered buildings. And here I'm telling you, they're actually powered by things so small that they're 1 by 40,000 of a human hair. And that's what semiconductors are bringing. And I think it's impressive that something so small is powering something so important and path breaking. Right? And this ability to create cutting edge chips, I think we do it, so do a lot of our competitors as well. It's about delivering more cost effective, productive solutions, but it's also about energy efficiency. The smaller you go in nanometer, the less power it takes, things are closer. Instead of 4 volt, you can run it with a 2 volt, so you save power, right? So there's a lot of eco conservation and ability to reduce the power consumption as well, right? And modern AI models, I think we've realized that it's as good as the amount of data you get. Right? So you get very little data, it gives you very little intelligence. So most of the new AI models, you talk about billion parameters, multi-billion parameters. How good it is depends on how much data it can crunch and what it can do. And many of this happen incredibly quickly. So of late, most of the AI ecosystem is being powered by high bandwidth memory and advanced storage. And you can think of these as new data highways. So the new HBMs, this is basically a multi-stack DRAM. So instead of a single DRAM, we actually have like an apartment of DRAMs connected close to the CPU. You can imagine that the new HBMs, which are in the market today, you can get up to 4 terabytes per second. Right? To put it in perspective, it's like downloading 1,000 movies in a second. Right, just to get, so that's the speed at which you're operating now. That's the speed at which technology is evolving, all while at the same time being 1 by 40,000 of a hair, right? So it's miniature, but it's also massively powerful, right? And AI is not confined to data centers. I think that's what we hear, but it's also coming close to us. It's coming to the edge. It's coming to our mobile phones. A lot of them have, I think you've heard of Bixby and Hey Google and Alexa and so on. So they're also coming to small embedded devices. They're in smartphones, smartwatches, and there are powerful GPUs and NPUs, natural processing units, which reside on these chips, which can actually do very intelligent services for our daily life. Right? So switch on the light. While it seems like speech recognition, there's a lot of AI that happens to understand the accent, right, the distance, modulation, and so on, so that irrespective of who speaks, we come to the same conclusion. So there's a lot of AI on the edge, and I think at Samsung Semiconductors and Electronics, we are influencing and actively working on all of these. Right. So we are actually building the infrastructure, be it the data centers or the edge devices, for the next generation of innovation. And what is really exciting is, I think you heard the word India Electronics Semiconductor Association. I've been part of it. Dr. Das is part of it and was recognized. Is that slowly the whole ecosystem is beginning to become present and available in India as well. So whether it is software, whether it is infrastructure, semiconductor, R&D, manufacturing, I think India has a India Semiconductor Mission 2.0 policy. And I think we can see a lot of, I think few years ago, we saw a lot of mobile factories come up. I think India actually exports mobile phones to other countries now. Samsung's biggest mobile factory is actually in India, not in Korea where we are headquartered. So we are slowly seeing India as a country is evolving across the whole ecosystem of AI and semiconductor both. So I think, like you said, the opportunities are here. I think it's a good time to be in India and support India. And I think what is interesting is also, I think the next generation of engineers like us, I think we're not going to be labeled as software engineers, AI engineers, hardware. I think the boundaries are blurring. I remember hearing somewhere that AI can do a lot of software. And there's a famous CEO who said that, which means I need to hire more software engineers, because with AI you can produce more. So I'm not going to reduce the number of software engineers. I'm actually going to increase the number of software engineers because you're more productive than ever before. and we never have enough of them. So I think we should look at it in a very positive way. I think it's going to impact us and be ready for it. I think which is what each of you is doing here. So maybe we are not just witnessing the future of technology. I think each person here can actually be a part of creating the future. So I think those are pretty impressive career prospects in my view. And if I could share 3 thoughts to summarize in how I would look at things. One is learning. I think it's an investment. We are very comfortable in investing in things we can touch and feel. You can buy a car, buy a phone, buy a laptop, house. But we very rarely see investing in ourselves as an important investment. But I think in this day and age, as you have shown, that's probably the most important. And maybe it's the one which gives you value throughout our career and life. Right? Second is staying curious. I think technology will continue to evolve. I think AI will change, something else will come, applied AI, agentic AI. There are so many flavors that may come up. But I think the most important thing is, I think sooner or later, anything which is, I remember when I was in Motorola, I did 2G. 2G was the thing. Everybody had a book, Mowgli and Patet, and everybody was all about 2G. And now we are talking about 6G, right? So I think nobody even talks about 2G anymore. And many of us very proud that we know 2G well. So I think technology keeps changing. I think we need to keep looking at what's happening. And I think especially if you look at the AI models, I think by the time we finish lunch, there might be 3 more new models, which all claim they're better than what we had from before. Right? So things are really moving fast. And I think the most important thing I think we need to do is to have our ability to sense what's happening around us, maybe stay curious, learn and continuously adapt. I did Google our Mr. Screwwala. I think he's an embodiment of that. He is, I think, he's the frog who's jumped into more kettles and boiling pots than anybody else, I think. So I think he's been jumping. He's always been on the lookout as an entrepreneur. So I think it's an important skill to have. We take our job for granted, but I think it's important to be aware of what's happening around us. Right? And I think if we do that, we get a seat on the table. Otherwise, I think, like somebody said, if you're not on the table, you're probably on the menu. Right? So it's better we are on the table, not on the menu. Right? So, and finally, I think this is something which I really closely associate with, is to stay human. I think machines are getting extremely intelligent. They're extremely smart. They can do many things. But there are things like empathy, maybe judgment, creativity, maybe courage. I think these qualities will become even more important as we go along. I think technology can process data, but if you have a purpose, I think we need a human mind to actually drive that to closure. Right? So in a world where machines are getting better and better at doing things, I think being human will actually be the difference and added advantage that we can bring. So while you build your future, let the passion fuel you, let curiosity guide you what to do next, and hopefully humanity will keep us all grounded and do what is right from an emotional perspective as well. Thank you again for this honor, and congratulations to each and every one of you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for sharing your valuable insights and inspiring our graduates. Every graduation ceremony is made even more meaningful when we hear directly from those who have experienced the journey. May I first invite Mr. Singh Rahul Mukesh from the Machine Learning and Artificial Intelligence program to share his journey.
After a wonderful speech and the talks from esteemed guests, it will be very difficult to maintain that rhythm, but I will still try. It's still good morning. So good morning to our chief guest, faculty from IIIT-B, team members from upGrad, and my batchmates and families who are watching live stream and present here. I am Rahul from Executive Postgraduation Program in ML and AI from batch, cohort, C5. When I first thought that I'm going to give a speech, I thought I will use an AI to write a script. Then I realized, didn't I spend most of my time learning how this AI model works? So why not give it a little bit more heart and write this speech by myself? Before we begin, I would like to talk about someone who isn't here anymore. He was the one who filled out the form and hovered over submit button and was in extreme doubt, can he really pull it off along with his job? And it was very, very much stressful for him. Can he really do it? And he did it. And I guessed you must have already know whom I'm talking about. It's me, you, everyone who is sitting here. We have outgrown our past self, and our past self is no more here. There were days when we had stressful jobs. We used to stay whole day at a job, and we used to come at the home, and we used to open our laptop at the midnight. We continued our studies. We choose to be student again. And more than anything, okay, in this room, we should be proud of that. Because it requires certain kind of ambition to be certain ambition when there is no one holding accountable to. We already had a job, title, responsibility, and still we went for it. We still went for learning and staying relevant. This course taught me something that it was never supposed to. Machine can only be learned when you understand how human learns. Let's take an example of gradient descent that we all learn in machine learning. We take a small step in the right direction, and at the end, we reach to an unremarkable point or result when it compounds. Didn't we all did the same thing when we came at midnight? We did day after day, week after week. We studied in a right format from our structure, well-defined structures, and look today where we are. This wouldn't have been possible without our faculties from IIIT-B and teaching budding from upGrad. They were available at the late nights for our doubts. They were patient, and this is what really helped it. So this degree, this everything holds your name too. And to my batchmates, how can I forget them? They were available at 2 a.m. to 2 p.m. whenever we used to discuss on the WhatsApp group. They were brainstormings. And without you, this wasn't possible. There were shared notes. Someone told me that I topped my cohort. And I was like, I didn't. It was my batchmates that did. We did it together. And to my families, I remember I used to watch my screen while having my dinner, having studies. At the weekends, I used to say, sorry, exam hai, and I used to prepare for my exams. And they believe in me before there was any evidence that it would work. We are graduating at a very remarkable moment where AI is no more the future, it's the present. It's reshaping every industry that we work in. And with this, our responsibility increases. I have a hope that every one of you sitting here will not just make something that is intelligent. It will be useful, fair, and honest. And let's never make our learning rate to be 0. Even good machine learning models doesn't do that, shouldn't we? And as our esteemed members talked about, staying relevant, that can only happen when we are learning every now and then. Congratulations, everyone. We started as a stranger, we are ending as a friend. And let's hope our path cross together, not just on LinkedIn, but at reunions. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Thank you. May I now invite Ms. Sirapu Alekia Rani from the Data Science program.
A very good afternoon, everyone. To the faculty of IIIT-B Bangalore, the team from upGrad, our families here and watching on the live stream, and to my fellow graduates. My name is Alekhya Sirapu from the Executive Postgraduate Program in Data Science and Artificial Intelligence. I want to tell you about a woman who 3 years ago would not have believed she'd be standing here. She was 40, a mother, a homemaker, someone returning to work after a career break, wondering whether the industry had moved on without her. That woman is me. I came from a business analyst background with almost no programming experience. When I enrolled, I wasn't looking for another qualification. I was looking for a new beginning. And I'll be honest, I didn't know if I'll be able to put up here. There is a particular kind of doubt that comes when starting again in your 40s, in a field that reinvents itself every few months. But I found something I hadn't expected. The boot camp gave me a foundation. The weekend classes gave me structure. The hands-on project, the industry case studies, the real-world data sets, each one moved me a little further from the person who doubted herself and a little closer to being an AI professional. Confidence isn't something that you're handed. It's built one solved problem at a time. To the faculty of IIIT Bangalore, our program managers, the entire upGrad team, thank you for creating an ecosystem where a learner like me could genuinely belong. A special thanks to my mentor, Vyom, whose guidance pushed me to think beyond the textbook solutions, and to Tanisha Mediwala, whose encouragement carried me through this journey. Their belief in learners like me made all the difference. This program didn't just teach me AI, it changed the direction of my career. I now work as an AI developer with Deloitte, and I'm pursuing my second master's in data science at Liverpool John Moores University, where my research focuses on AI governance. 3 years ago, I was wondering whether I could begin again. Today, I'm researching how the technology itself could be governed. If I could leave a message for every learner here, it would be this: your certificate is only the beginning. Build things beyond the curriculum. Stay curious, practice consistently. And everyone learns at a different pace. So please, don't measure your journey against someone else's. We are fortunate to be entering this field with powerful AI tools at our disposal, but technology is a learning partner, not a replacement for understanding. The real advantage will always come from asking better questions, solving real problems, and learning from people who have done it before. Finally, to my family, thank you for believing in me, especially in the moments when I didn't believe in myself. And there's one person I thought about more than anyone else during this journey, my 9-year-old son. Every late night, every weekend spent studying instead of spending time with him, I kept telling myself it would be worth it. Not because of the degree, but because of what he could learn from watching me try. I hope he grows up knowing that learning has no age limit, that it's never too late to begin again, and that courage is simply taking the first step before you know whether you can do the rest. That is the only thing I really want him to inherit from today. To my fellow graduates, congratulations. Today isn't the end of our learning journey, it's the beginning of the next chapter. May we stay curious, embrace change, and use what we have learned to create something meaningful in our careers and our communities. Thank you so much. Jai Hind.
Thank you. Finally, may I invite Mr. Santak Dalai from the Software Development Program.
I hope I'm audible to the end and to the front rows. Good morning, everyone, to the faculty of IIIT Bangalore, to the team upGrad, to the families seated with us and those joining on the live stream, and above all, to the engineers I've spent this journey alongside. My name is Santak Dalai from the Executive PGP in Software Development. Somewhere in a repository right now, there is a commit each of us pushed at an hour we would rather not admit to, a message that says fix. a bill that finally went green. Nobody saw those moments, but they are the reason all of us are in this room. Looking around today, I don't just see a group of graduates, I see engineers who chose voluntarily to make their lives harder for a while because they wanted to be better at what they do. Looking around today, I don't see a group of graduates, I see engineers who chose voluntarily to make their lives harder for a while, and nobody made us do this. That's part of sitting with. We already had jobs, titles, responsibilities, family lives that were full before we added anything to them. And we looked at all of that and decided there was still more we wanted to understand. So we traded our late nights and weekends, not for a certificate, but for something harder to measure, a real command of architectural patterns, scalable systems, clean code. Because we learned something over these months that no syllabus states outright. Software engineering isn't about making things work, it's about making things work beautifully. Under pressure, at scale, for people you will never meet. We all remember the steep parts, debugging a complex microservice, optimizing a low-level protocol, sitting with a system breakdown at 2 in the morning, knowing the answer was in there somewhere, and every broken build taught us something a working build never could. Every successful deployment was a small, quiet triumph. We push through because we share one trait, an insatiable curiosity about how things actually work under the hood, and a stubborn drive to build systems that last. This achievement belongs to all of us, but none of us got here alone. To the faculty and mentors at IIIT Bangalore, thank you for setting the bar high, for challenging our assumptions, and for closing the distance between academic rigor and real-world engineering. To the team at upGrad, thank you for building a program that let working engineers keep building their careers while deepening their craft. And a particular thank you to our program coordinators who were there from the very first to the last. You tracked our deadlines, answered our questions at odd hours to keep us moving forward when the schedule got heavy. Much of what we achieved here rests quietly on that support. And to our families and loved ones, thank you for your patience, for the endless cups of coffee, and for believing in us during all those hours we spent behind a screen. This belongs to you as much as it does to us. We are stepping back into an industry moving faster than any point in our careers. AI orchestration, distributed systems, real-time data processing, the rules are being rewritten as we speak. But if this program taught us anything, it's this. We are not passive observers of the change. We are the ones building it. The rigor we found here trained us to adapt, to keep learning, and to approach complex architectures with clarity and intent that does not expire when we walk out of the hall. It's how we will work for the rest of our careers. So let's take the knowledge and the engineering discipline we forged here and point it to the problems that genuinely matter. Congratulations, everyone. Let's go build the future. Thank you.
Thank you to all our valedictorians for sharing your inspiring journeys with us. Excellence deserves recognition. We shall now begin the award ceremony to honor learners who have demonstrated outstanding academic performance throughout their programs. May I request our chief guest, Mr. Rajesh Krishnan, to present the awards. I also request Professor Debabrata Das, Director, IIIT Bangalore, to kindly join him. May I invite Professor V. Sridhar, Head of CPE, to announce the names of the award recipients.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. It's my pleasure to honor the learners who are the award winners of today. It's great to see more than 100 of you, about 106 learners have joined here in person to receive the awards. So let me explain the two categories of awards. The first category is the Top Performer Award, and the second category is the Academic Star Award. The Top Performer Award recognizes those learners who excelled in academic performance and have scored the highest CGPA in their respective program cohorts of more than 3.85 on a scale of 4. The Academic Star Award is dedicated to those exceptional learners who, beyond their dedication to their program, epitomized meticulousness, establishing remarkable benchmarks of discipline and diligence for their fellow peers. Their unwavering commitment is reflected not only in their sustained academic excellence, but also in their consistent and rigorously disciplined approach with a CGPA of above 3.85. So as I announce their names, I kindly invite those in attendance to grace the stage and receive their well-deserved awards. S. Saiba. Fazda C.K. Pradeep. Anuradha Bharti. Aditi Sharma. Varanasi Sai Pavan. Janjanam Ishwara Venkatesh. Arvind V. Hannah Abraham. Singh Raghul Mukesh. Anil Tiwari. Shriyan A. Saurabh Ganesh Taide. Ritesh Nigam, Neeraj Ram, yes. Madim Sethi, Sesha Satya Priyanka, Santak Dalai, Ganesh Babu G, Sayam Gupta, Syed Rais Danish, Balaji A, Devesh Parasha, G.B. Shruti, Vipin Suresh T, Anudita Sharma, Pradeep Satya Chandra Vaddi, Tripathi Monica Anil Sunita, Sinia Yusuf TV, Sirapu Alekia Rani, Rishikesh Pradhan, Mohammed Samir, Priya Mandal, Kuduru Saujanya, Ramagudu Shravya, Redinti Arvinda Sai Krishna, Mona Lisa Banerjee, Madi Pranav Reddy, Sargam Agarwal, Deepti Gupta, Chaudhary Karthik Mangesh, Vijay Mahavar, Madhusudan HV, Srushti Rajan Kumar Keskar, Jali Lohit Sai, Saravana Kumar R, Badavat Sagar Babu, Beg Sania Salim, Deepthi VB, Pratham Kumar, Ayush Raj, Darbe Atharva Prashant Pradnya, Hazara Arbin, Rebecca Susan Samuel, Damini Chauhan, Hridaya Shekhar Tyadi, Anshul Mishra, Jonada Sai Rahul, Komudi Mukhopadhyay, Riya Singh, Konduri Sai Ragadeep, Dolly Pandey, hearty congratulations to all the award winners.
Thank you, sir. May I request our chief guest to kindly take his seat. We will now continue with the next set of awards. May I invite Commodore S.R. Sridhar, Registrar, IIIT Bangalore, to announce the names of the awardees. May I request Mr. Ronnie Screwvala to present the awards with Professor Debabrata Das.
Divya Nair,
Samdarshana Guru Rajan, Jinka Sai Teja, Roshan Fuad Labib, Rahul Kumar, Subodh BK, Vishrut Mishra, Modi Om Haresh, Yashwant Kumar Bapu Rajaram, Avishankar Y, Shivani Nathani, Shabnam Sardar, Achin Kumar Das, Ankit Kumar Surana, Rakesh Kumar Padiyari, Malolan K, Anshul Avasti, Advay Mehta, लोकेश चंटा, नागाइच नितिन, अविनाश राउत, अमित नंदकुमार मोहिते, चैत्रा रमेशा, जायद अहमद ए जर्दी, मंजरी चिन्मय जोग, पुलिपाका रम्या, ओसवाल प्रीतम सुरेश, शुभम शर्मा, गुंता रघु वंशी, सरवणन पी, प्रभु शंकर चिन्नस्वामी, इंगाले साकेत विजय, राकेश बद्रा, ऐश्वर्या टी, एस कृष्ण कुमार, वीएमपी भरत, मात्रे श्रुतिका सुनील सुगंधा, दिनेश कुमार नामदेव, वर्षा एस, संजय कुमार बांडवाल, विनीत बी, शांतनु कुमार सिंह, शाह प्राची चिंतन, जितेंद्र गंगाराम सुतार, పెద్దమల్లు లవకుమార్ రెడ్డి, శ్రేయస్ ఎంఎస్, गौरव कुमार साहू, प्रणय जैन, आकाश नंदे, हिमांशु अग्रावल, कशिश शर्मा, जीवी चेल्लम्मा रेड्डी, संकट विकास हनुमंतराव, शर्मा विनायक सुनील, Nishu Kumari, Fal Desai, Tejal, Arun, Ankita, Karthikeyan S, Samrat Chakraborty, Venkata Sai P. Bambidi Patti, Basa Dikshit Raj, Udyan Mato, Dandi Gunavardhan, Nosam Sri Lekha, Anand Desai, Priya Mondal,
Thank you, sirs. As a token of our gratitude and appreciation, may I request Professor Debabrata Das, Director, IIIT Bangalore, to present a memento to our esteemed chief guest, Mr. Rajesh Krishnan. Thank you, sir. May I also request Professor Das to present a token of appreciation to Mr. Ronnie Screwvala. Thank you, sirs. May I now request our former Dean Academics, Professor Chandrasekhar Ramanathan, Head of the DPI Division, IIIT-B, to address the learners.
Good afternoon, everyone. I know I'm standing between you and the coveted photographs and lunch and other, etc. But I hope you don't mind listening to Professor R.C. one last time. No, I'm not going to be talking about SQL at all. So wonderful. I think it's indeed a great joy actually to be meeting all of you after interacting with you online in a faceless manner. It gives me immense pleasure to actually speak with all of you. I think it's already been a long morning, but I just wanted to just talk about a couple of things. Being an educationist also, I thought I would give you one such perspective. Many of the speakers already said what we always say during any graduation ceremony, saying that this is not the end, this is the continuation of your learning, and that is something that will be there with you lifelong, right? But I wanted to present that same thought with a little bit of a, quote unquote, a little bit of a theoretical perspective, right? So there is a famous educational theory called as the Bloom's taxonomy, which says that any body of knowledge, you take any body of knowledge, not just AI, software development or whatever, it can be broken down into about 7 different levels, is what they say, right? So you start with the most basic being, remember, there will be things that you need to remember, there will be things that you need to understand, and you need to know how to apply. Okay? So I put these 3 together as the skills, right? The skills that you will learn. And typically any educational program, be it a degree program or even all the training programs, they always give you the necessary skills, right? But what we mean by continuous learning is that it is not sufficient if you have the skills to be able to do whatever, right? It is not sufficient if you know how to write an algorithm to implement a decision tree or any clustering algorithm for that matter, right? And somebody nicely talked about gradient descent, right? So what is now important is to build on top of that. So the next level beyond skills, it is called as competencies, right? So competencies means what? Competencies is the ability to use your skills to solve the actual real problems, which is, and I would argue that even the assignments that you have done, as much as we like to say that it is inspired by real world problems, they are still programming assignments, right? Which is done in a very controlled environment. So the next level, again from a Bloom's taxonomy, it says that you need to be able to analyze, evaluate, and create, right? So that is the next step, leap forward in your learning process, which means that, in fact, one huge advantage that all of you have as working professionals is that you already have an environment to develop your competencies readily available because you are already a working professional. Okay, which is possibly, I tell my regular MTech students and integrated MTech students and BTech students that probably that is one place where they lack, that is where they carry the tag of a fresher, right? So you should, you definitely have a great opportunity to hone your skills. That's another expression you would have heard, and develop the competencies, right? And that should be your next target in terms of how do you convert these existing skills into solving problems of today and solving problems of tomorrow. That's another aspect of it also. I would like you to take away saying that academic programs, one of the things that we do, because it's a IIIT-B academic program, we would like to believe that more than the specific tools, we also give enough emphasis on the foundational concepts, right? So those foundational concepts are something that will stay with you forever, right? Irrespective of which new library comes along. So that will definitely help you build competencies to solve not just today's problems in your workplace or wherever you are, but definitely will prepare you to to solve tomorrow's problems and even build new skills that may be needed to problems that you have not encountered till now. Okay, so that is just the only thought that I want to leave you with. I look forward to interacting with you later on today, but wonderful seeing all of you. Thank you very much. Wish you all the best. Thanks.
Thank you, sir. May I invite Professor Madhav Rao, Dean Academics, IIIT Bangalore, to deliver the vote of thanks.
I promise I'll keep it short. But at the same time, I think this is important, to thank the people who have made this particular occasion possible. Okay. It's kind of indeed a great privilege and honor for me in thanking everyone who has toiled tirelessly throughout the journey of every learner, right from the day they joined until the day of the successful completion. I'd like to begin by thanking our esteemed chief guest, Mr. Rajesh Krishnan, who has spent his weekend morning with all of us. Please accept our deepest appreciation for gracing the CP graduation ceremony of IIIT-B Bangalore and making it a memorable event. Thank you, sir. I also extend my gratitude to Mr. Roni Screwwala for taking his time to fly down to Bangalore for this particular event. A kind of a true testimony of the deep commitment behind the strong collaboration between IIIT-B Bangalore and upGrad. Yeah, thank you, sir. Of course, the day is really all about you. Heartiest congratulations and a big thank you for each one of you for making to this inspiring event, whether it is in person or online. I'd like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to our director, Professor Debabrata Das, for his constant support, guidance, and encouragement to give our very best with a sole mantra of keeping the interest of the learners as the primary focus in everything we do, be it for our on-campus students or for seasoned professionals in our online programs. Thank you, sir. Academic rigor is of paramount importance across all IIIT-B programs. This is governed and overseen by the members of the Senate and its subcommittees, ably coordinated by our dearest Professor V. Sridhar and his dedicated team at the Department of Continuing Professional Education at IIIT-B Bangalore. Thank you, sir. Delivering programs of this caliber would not be possible without the complete support of our faculty members, including Professor R. Chandrasekhar and industry subject matter experts. I express my deep gratitude to each and every one of them for taking the time out of their hectic schedules to record videos or deliver live sessions to our learners, often during the weekends. As our go-to partner, I would like to acknowledge the invaluable role the team upGrad has played in delivering an outstanding learning experience at scale. Thank you to Mr. Roni for providing impeccable leadership in making this partnership between IIIT-B Bangalore and upGrad a truly special one. A big thanks to all the mentors, teaching assistants, and the live session coordinators for their tireless support. This event at this scale has been made possible by all the hard work of all the administrative staff of IIIT-B Bangalore under the able guidance of our CEO, sir, Mr. Patil sir is here, and our registrar, sir, Commodore Sridhar, and all the housekeeping staff who keep IIIT-B a very clean campus. This is a very special day and a proud day for all of us, as we have together made a difference in the lives of over 2,000 plus graduating learners. Congratulations once again on a successful and officially completing your respective programs and becoming a part of IIIT-B and upGrad families from here on. Again, congratulations to all of you. Stay safe, stay healthy, and have a wonderful day. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, may I request everyone to kindly rise for the national anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल गंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा चञ्चल जलधि तरङ्गा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मागे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे